A December chill is in the air coming off of Lake Erie, but folks here bundled up, ready for football at Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland. It is week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember earlier in the year, with the Ravens winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. From the 24 now, here's the 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25. He's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 11 more on that one, and another first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. Looking to throw. Williams. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
Throwing to start the drive. Watkins. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to throw. Watkins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
70 Lions. Warriors 70.
From the gun on 3rd down. Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him. And we'll step aside for a moment. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
It's brought in by Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A handoff from Mitchell running left.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Jackson now. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Williams. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Back to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. And it's caught. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They get this out left. So nothing doing there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick here is good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they've moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The Browns drive about to get started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Watkins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Cleveland. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Watkins. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
60 Eagle.
Looking to throw. Watkins. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. This one complete to Ingram. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10.
13.
Jackson. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Now here's a throw that's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31.
First down, here's Mitchell. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
On first down, Steele. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score.
Second down and 8.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They'll come out in the pistol.
And now they'll shift things around.
Williams Operating from the gun. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got his target, Harris. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Fires the out route and completes it to Harris.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Touchdown! A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a... about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
A final shot before break. Watkins.
Open man here is Benson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Watkins looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off the play fake. Watkins. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watkins.
Complete to his tight end, Jalen Hyatt.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Ready, break. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Tracking 60. 79 Bronco.
Back to throw. Watkins. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
Okay,
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Watkins back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Williams. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Looking to throw. Williams.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
Let's go now.
2nd down and 3.
He gets it complete to Harris. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now Jackson going to shift him around.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Williams. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Here's Jackson.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Williams. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Watkins.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Here's Williams throwing to start the drive.
He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
They go play action now. Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Williams now throwing on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Jackson now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for two. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Browns drive about to get started.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 25, here's second down and 3.
Back to throw. Watkins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Watkins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This second and 4.
Back to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Looking to throw. Watkins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. A try here for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Hey, smash Bronco!
On second down, they'll run it here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, Watkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
No, we changed it. 13. 180. Ready, shot.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
70 range. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 7 Pirates.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Now that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
Now Williams looking to throw on second down. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Watkins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Off play action. Watkins. He finds his man complete. That's Barnett.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on first down. Watkins. And he fires one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Watkins. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. A big play that time for Cleveland. 46 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On first down, Watkins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. play fake. Watkins. This is caught.
And the Browns are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Operating from the gun, Watkins. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Looking to throw. Watkins. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Ravens, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.